Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at chapter 32 of Peopleware, which is called The Ultimate Management Sin Is, and I for one will not keep you in suspense and will tell you that the ultimate management sin is wasting people's time. It seems like it'd be easy to avoid. It seems like a manager would want to do the opposite of that. But in real life, managers have their own needs and requirements internally, and sometimes those come at the cost of their employees' ability to accomplish tasks. One of the biggest culprits is meetings. In meetings that are generally informal, such as where you are making announcements or otherwise disseminating information, that is something best relegated to an email or some alternate form of communication. The authors suggest this kind of meeting is more of a ceremony and is at best an opportunity to convey status to the rest of the team. They move on to talking about status meetings, which could be anything from sprint planning meetings to all-hands meetings, weekly syncs, and so on. We talked about this a little bit in the last chapter. These are heavy on ceremony and light on actual sense of accomplishing things or reaching consensus between members of the team. By contrast, real working meetings, where there's a common goal or a plan to be made or something specific to be accomplished, will not be regularly scheduled because the needs in those realms are unpredictable. Another manner in which management wastes their people's times is by early overstaffing. By that, I don't mean hiring too many people, but rather by allocating people on a project before it is fully planned out. Depending on the scale and scope of an initiative, it makes sense to allocate only a few people to it while still in the planning phase, and then as time goes on and your project transitions to the execution phase, start to ramp it up by adding more and more people slowly, as opposed to all of them at once at the beginning. A third way managers ruin their workers is through time fragmentation. Typically, there isn't just one project that an engineer is working on at a given time, and in an open office environment, there is a multitude of opportunities for outside interaction. People walking over to talk to you, Slack messages, and so on. These are things we've talked about before, but it's worth repeating. So much productivity is lost when context switching and trying to get back into a flow state, etc. So the final section of chapter 32 is called Respecting Your Investment. And if you take into account how much it costs to have one employee or 100 or 1,000, you'll have a sense of how costly it is to waste their time, not just for their sakes, but for yours as well. That's all for this video. I hope you found it helpful and thought-provoking, and I'll see you all in the next one.